There are a lot of changes going on right now, and then in the next few weeks they're going to affect the planet, your body, and your mind. Good. Let's take a deep breath with that. Moving on to the next subject. I'll go quickly. We have a lot to cover. Next subject. Right now, there is a knee-jerk reaction, a tendency to want to hang on. The jaw clenching. That's all it is. Oh, you're holding on. You're biting down like a dog and trying to hold on to something. And yes, it's going to affect the bones and your brain and, yes, your ability to ascend. No, joking. I wanted to see if you were awake. It's also to a degree affecting your joints because you're holding on to things, old things, because you can feel that things are changing. So there's this, what I call knee-jerk, unnatural tendency to hang on to whatever it is. You try to grasp and hold on to whether it's life itself or beliefs or the little that you might have left. You try to hold on to it. Don't. Let go. Let go. Let yourself fall into that abyss. Let yourself absolutely go into what you may fear to be darkness. That's a bold statement. I'm sure it's going to get quoted on the internet. Why? Because, dear friends, first of all, the more you hold on, the more it's going to hurt. And secondly, because you asked back in the days of Tobias to go through this change. You cheer when I say, we're making progress. Look what we're doing. This is amazing. I'm a proud father when I go to the Ascended Masters Club. Yes, we're doing it. But yet, and so it's going to happen because you've asked for it. Yeah, you've asked for it, yes. But you're doing it trying to hold on out of fear of what may happen next. I will challenge you between now and our next gathering in the new energy in 2013 to let go. That's challenging. That's challenging. And what you're going to do, and this is psychic Adamus, you're going to let go of a few things, but you're going to hold on to a lot more. You're going to think that I don't see. You're going to hold up, oh, here's what I let go of. And then your pockets are still stuffed with old energy. It's not going to, this will not transition very well in the next few weeks of time. Will not transition well. So you might as well let go of it. The fear is that you don't know what's going to happen. No, let's erase that. That's the blessing, is that you don't know what's going to happen. Even though you're holding on for dear life, and you can just feel this whole vibration shaking everything up as you enter into this new era, you're still trying to hold on. Give yourself a gift and let go. Let go of what? Well, first of all, you let go of the mind, which you're starting to do. You don't have to think anymore. And again, this will be taken out of context on the internet, which is good. A little controversy makes for a good, happy ascended master. Yes. Can you imagine the awful things they used to say about Buddha? He left his family. He did. Wife and children. He left his family's business. They had worked for generations to build that business. Who does that fat boy think he is? They said terrible things about him. Now they say really nice things about him. He's not controversial anymore, but I am. So this is a wonderful time to just let go. This is the time to let go so that you can soar. It's a little scary at first because you don't know what it means to soar. You don't know if you have wings. Are they strong enough? Where are you going to go to? Is the wind going to carry you? You take a deep breath. You say, I don't care. Really. This I can guarantee you. This I will guarantee. You let go, you will discover the greatest things about yourself. You will understand the secrets of the universe. You will understand what I mean when I say, I am that I am. I will guarantee that in writing. Good. How does that work? Your skeptical mind says. How does that work? What do I get if the guarantee falls through? You get an Adamus Freedom Award. Now you can buy one for how much?
20.
20. These should be 100. Who does your pricing? Abundance issues. Speaking of abundance issues, I'm going to crawl into Colder's pocket. I noticed that we had some stockings here. Oh, Santa Claus isn't coming, but I am. So we see this is for Larry. $1 for all your troubles, Larry. $1. $1. And this one is for Hunter. Hunter, $2. He's younger. He has more years that he needs to finance. Now, Larry Hunter, come on over. So here you have the $1 signed by me. Yes, both of them signed by me. Hunter, $2 for you. Now, let's do a little bit of the old fish and loaves thing right here. Okay, you do it.
Fish and loaves?
Fish and loaves, you know, Yeshua, so hungry people, they're about to riot.
I'll have more, right?
No, you're going to give yourself more. Oh, okay. And Hunter's going to give himself more. What do? All it is
Want to help? I was going to go
that's going to help. So here is a little seed for you. No, this is serious. This is very real. So it's a little seed there that was planted. You hung the stocking in hopes that Adamus, you hung the stocking. Sometimes these things take a while.
Yeah, I know.
Greedy, but pushy.
No, I thought if I put my name on it, it worked better.
Yes. So you put the stocking there. You started the process, said, I'm ready. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Good. And now it's been seeded. It's been seeded a little bit. Now, watch how this happens. It is very, very simple, very clear. So do something kind of ceremonial with your stocking. No, not that. Not that. No. Just hold it to your heart. Both of you, hold it to your heart. No, the stocking and the money. My money, your stocking. So now, and just hold it to your heart. And wouldn't it feel good just to have abundance flow in? Wouldn't it feel good to get out of this kind of thing? Yeah. Wouldn't it be nice just to move beyond that? Yeah. So, are you really choosing it? You're looking to see if there's more down there?
Last time
So, and it will. And 1,000, 10,000, a lot more,
will you bet me
Larry. I'm not a betting.
Oh.
Yeah. So what do? Here you are. Camera's pointed at you. You and your son. Yeah. So, kind of an end of an era with abundance issues.
That would be nice.
So, okay, good. Now, just breathe that in. And just imagine now a flow of finance. And don't look at me. Feel that. Yeah, a flow. Your abundance coming to you. Your abundance coming to you. Good. Now really let it come to you. You're up there. Really let it come to you. Yeah. You're saying how, and boy, I'll put up with this just because we're on the air and everybody's watching, but really, because you'll embarrass me if you don't. Okay. So really, now, why not? What have you got to lose? What have you got to lose? $1. That's right.
It wasn't even mine, so
Actually, 3. So let's just move beyond this. We don't have to do a lot of ceremony. Very simple, right here, choosing abundance. You put the stocking out. I put the $1 in. Here we go. Ready? Really? Now what do we do? I don't know the next step.
I don't need that.
Yeah, you do.
You do?
Yeah.
Who wants to be a manager? Me.
Choose it.
Choose it.
That's
choose
fine.
to be a manager.
Yeah, good. No, you choose to be abundant. Why limit it to be a million? Yeah. Abundant. End of the problems with the abundance. Good. 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 Okay. It's that simple. Larry, in 6 months, please report back to the front. No pressure. No. Actually, the easiest thing he's done. But why has there been the abundance issue? Self-worth, yeah, but it manifests in abundance. Why? Because it served him somehow. Really, it served him somehow. Why? He gets to complain about something. Right? Right? When you're done with celebrity photo time, yeah, it served you. You got to complain. You had a reason for not stepping out. You had an excuse. Those bastards, they have all the money and I don't. No, you got it now. I didn't give them $1 to start their grand businesses or bring flow of abundance. Now you've got it. All you have to do, Larry, is let it grow. Do what you choose. Do what you choose. Good.
I had one last night where I've been very wrapped up in the political crap going on and getting all wound up in it.
Yeah.
And I went out on a Facebook page of my friend and saw this song. Completely took me to a whole nother place, whole nother level. And I just realized how precious music is and passion is.
Yeah,
and I was closing myself off to it. So that's why that was precious.
Yeah, music, passions, and I talk a lot about these in the Master's Life, about sensuality. It's tearful and joyful at the same time when you realize how compressed you've been living, and for good reason. There's a really interesting experience in the whole thing, but as you emerge out of it, it'll bring you to tears. How much beauty has not been in your life, and how much beauty actually there is. How much I see so many of you trying to create or make, manufacture beauty in your life, trying to find beauty, and it doesn't work very well. It's there, but in a very different way. Thank you. Then you wonder, why have I lived like this? Why have I shut down? And it's nothing you've done wrong. It's not a psychological thing. It's nothing that you've done wrong. It was actually a choice, a beautiful choice. But now you're emerging out of it. Yes?
I should hire a cleaning lady.
So, help me to understand. You want somebody else to clean up your messes?
Yeah, exactly.
Good. Are you going to pay them well?
Yes.
Good. Treat them well?
Yes.
Good. And why haven't you done it up to now?
I'm poor.
You're what?
I need to bring in my abundance. Let me rephrase that.
No, you don't need to bring it in. It's already there.
Well, I need to dig it up then.
You need to just realize it's already there. Yes. You need to realize that you actually don't have to do anything. And I'm leading up to an exercise we're going to go through in just a little bit. You need to understand that you can't wish in abundance. You can't you cannot think your way to abundance. It's already there, dear Edith. It's just, when are you going to be aware of it?
Good point.
Yeah. When are you going to
show me where?
Later, my dear. It's realizing it, and this is a very basic metaphysical, spiritual, psychological point. You already have everything built in with you, both dualities. You've got the abundance, lack of abundance. It's already there. For some reason, you're choosing the lack. Yeah, and at a certain point, you get tired of it, and you just move beyond it. Absolutely.
More to say to you.
Abundance is is more natural than lack of abundance. Absolutely. Good. Abundance. I'm going to look you straight in the eye. Abundance is directly equated with your desire to live. Wow. directly equated with your desire to live. So it should be no mystery that so many of you have abundance problems. Why? You're not sure if you want to be here. We'll get to that in a moment. You decide you really want to be here. You decide you want to be. Suddenly you're abundant. All the energies come racing in. Energies are serving you literally right now. If you're not really sure you want to be on this planet, you're sitting on the fence, you're waiting for a breeze to come along and push you off one way or the other, and then you could blame it on the breeze, not take responsibility. That's exactly the level of energy that's going to come in to support you. Not much. Just enough to survive, just enough to live, just enough to get by. And that's where a lot of you are. It's not because you haven't figured out abundance, it's because you haven't chosen whether you want to be here or not. I'm not picking on anybody in particular here. It can be said it's about the commitment to yourself, commitment to being here. With no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Not. This is my favorite. If I win the lotto, I'll really want to be here. I'll want to stay. No, it doesn't work that way. Choose to stay, win the lotto later. You see, that's how abundance is really so simple. So very simple. It has to do with the joy of life. Yeah, good. What other things would you want to do different right now? So Edith, are you better off?
Yes, in the sense that Linda described, I have more clarity.
Yes.
And understanding of myself. I know that I am.
Yeah. You don't sound real positive about this.
Well, I have one problem.
What are you thinking?
It doesn't go away. I don't seem to get my abundance in, and I am quite a bit poorer than I used to be.
Really? Are you?
Yes.
Is that bad?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Audience?
Yes, you like it.
And why do I say that? Oh, this is going to be a fun series. Oh, because Edith, you've heard these words before, and you can argue the weakness, or you can argue the victimness all day long. But if there is something in your life that you don't like, you do like it because it's there. It's there. It's serving you somehow. Now, it's frustrating, it's difficult, you think about it all the time, you expend tremendous amounts of energy thinking about it, wondering what you've done wrong, and it just keeps you right in that abundance pit.
Right.
Lack of abundance pit. The fact is that the money doesn't really make a difference. You didn't come here to make money, you came here for enlightenment. Right. So it doesn't really make a difference. The fact is that once you let it go, just let it go, and stop struggling with it, stop waking up in the middle of the night with it, you're going to realize the money didn't matter, and then it'll be there. And then you wonder why it wasn't there earlier when you really needed it. But right now, it's serving you somehow, and that's for you to discover. Yeah, and you're frowning, and you have that doubtful look on your face until you own the fact that you're receiving something from it. It'll still be there.
Well, I wish I'd hurry up and discover it.
Okay, go ahead. And this is not, it's not psychoanalysis. We don't want to get into that. We don't want to go into early childhood traumas or anything like that. But why is it serving you? Do you want me to tell you?
Yes, please.
Okay, it's keeping you focused. You think it is. You think it's keeping you on your knees and focused so you don't distract yourself with all this, with all the worldly stuff. And you've said it over and over to yourself that you're never going to get caught up in all the worldly pleasures, and you're not. Now, you have to make the conscious move to say, I'm not going to get stuck in it. I can have worldly pleasures and enlightenment because they do go hand in hand. They do, for all of you. They do.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. And I would love to bestow grand abundance on you. I cannot. And even if I could, I wouldn't. Because the greater gift is in you giving it to yourself.
I understand.
Yes.
Thank you.
When that abundance thing comes up, my dear, don't focus on it. Don't focus on it, because even the lack of abundance has gotten to be a bigger distraction than the abundance itself. Good.
True.
So are you better off or not?
Yes.
Is that a big yes or a little yes?
In between, yes.
Yeah, okay. Good. A few more. David?
Yes.
What do you worry about on the human everyday level?
My life force energy.
Life force. Oh, how is it?
Well, it sucks, and frankly, I haven't been living. I've been,
Life force, you mean no energy?
Yes.
Lounge around all day?
Yes.
Yeah, can barely get up the energy to come to a shout?
No,
That's a good one.
That's a good
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Difficulty just going out shopping?
Actually, I enjoy shopping.
Okay. Difficulty in going out for a good meal at a good restaurant?
I enjoy going out.
Well, geez, what's the problem here?
I don't do it that often. And
I don't do it that. Why don't you do it that often?
Well, a money
Okay. This is
which
weird.
is bullshit, I know. But
Yeah, it is. It is. Actually, you could have a good meal at what Calder's telling me, Taco Bell. No. Anywhere other than there. But okay. What I hear, David, and this goes for all of you, and Pete's so much a part of all this. When you're doing something you like doing, the energy happens to be there. But a lot of times you don't know what you really like doing. A lot of times you limit yourself because you say it's about the money, and it's not.
right.
It's kind of like Jane's issue, health and money. They go hand in hand. They spend a lot on health, so there's no money because it's all, and then she's got to work and do all. This is crazy. I mean, this is really crazy. But you know what? Every day, billions of people, like approximately 6 billion around the world, get up and do just what we're talking about. But they can't talk about it because they don't realize, and they don't laugh about it because they're so caught in it. But we're there where we can talk about it and laugh about it. I've checked you over, if you don't mind. I did a little exam while we were talking.
Thank you.
Yeah, and the...
Oh! What?
It was an energy exam, and it was...
Jeez!
You didn't mind a little non-intrusive energy exam. Your energy level is fine. It's fine. There's really nothing wrong with it. And Linda, write notes. It's the passion. It's the passion. And for so many of you, it's like you're caught in that middle zone, living a life that kind of sucks, living an inhumane life, and wondering why your body's hurting, where your energy is, and why you're broke. My friends, this doesn't make sense. Not at all. You know it, and
I know it.
You can laugh about it, and it's kind of
No more.
kind of funny, and I want to redo our passion. I know passion class was originally done by Tobias. I can do passion in 2, maybe 3 sessions.
You have a passion to redo everything Tobias did.
Absolutely. But that is one of the issues that right now, the passion. When you're grueling through a life that you know is psychotic, not yours, but the world is it's psychotic when it's not right, but you don't know how to get out. It will drain your money, your energy, your passion, your joy, and all the rest of that. So let's redo that. Yeah. Okay.
Thank
For
you.
Shambra, yes.
Thank
And now I'm really going to piss somebody off here. Linda.
Why am I on your radar?
Because it's going to be a free class.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Oh, we got nothing better to do. Let's
Got
do
nothing
it.
better to do.
Let's do it.
It's such a point. It's such something that is part of all of you. I'm looking around the room. I'm trying not to point anybody out in particular, but this whole thing of Jane, you expressed it so well. I worry about my health and I worry about money, and but then you got to work, and it takes the joy and the passion. This is Pete's shout in so many ways. Live well or leave. That's it. That's it. And we're at that point, and this is good for me. For you, it sucks. It's tough. Live or leave. Live grand, live large, live well, live in style, or leave. It's come down to that, because this other way doesn't work so well. Okay, 2 more. I love that Shambhala has class, style. I love that when you do something, whether it's putting together a video like this, done right here at the Crimson Circle, not somewhere else, when you put together a video like this, when you do anything in your life, no matter what it is, you do it with style and class. That makes a difference. That means you're putting your energy into it. You're putting your creativity into it. Most people just do things. They just do them on a very repetitive basis without infusing their consciousness, their passion, their energy into it. But you're starting to put yourself into your creations, to put you in. That takes a big step. That's a bold step, to put yourself into your life, into your creations. If you don't, it's not worth it. It's not worth doing. If you're not doing it from the passion of your heart, it's not worth doing. Then you're just going through every day, repeating the same steps over and over. You're in a mundane, boring rut of life. But when you put your heart into it, even knowing that it could be a big risk, somebody could reject it, they may not like it, it may not work out, it doesn't matter. At least you're living. Now I'll take my coffee. Yes, thank you. Thank you. And that's what I do love about working with Crimson Circle. And now that we are going forward, we made that decision a couple of weeks ago. We're going forward into this thing called Embodied Enlightenment. And it is so different, so filled with passion, so risky, frightening, scary. There are moments that you want to go back to the mundane because it was safe. But you and I know that you can't live like that anymore. You won't live like that anymore. You'll leave before you live like that anymore. We're going to get more into that today, but right now I'd like you to take an energetic snapshot into this moment. Whether you're here in the studio, whether you are watching in online, watching in later, take an energetic snapshot, not a visual picture, but an energy picture of yourself and of everything around you right now. Take an energy picture. And then when we're done here today, take another one. You'll see how you can affect change in your life. Subtle maybe, quiet maybe, but you'll feel the difference if you take another energetic snapshot of yourself and your reality at the end of this. So let's take a good deep breath with that. Pete had several interesting things to say, and he would like to come by the shouts quite often, actually. But one of the things he realized, and it was quite profound, he said, live life to the fullest or leave. Absolutely live it to the fullest. And he realized on crossing over that one of the things that he did in his life was hold back. All humans do, to their various degrees. Live it to the fullest. Live it without holding back. Live it like you saw in this beautiful video. That's life. That's life. No holding back. It doesn't matter, Pete told me. It doesn't matter what other people think about you. It really doesn't, because their judgments are meaningless. And anything they think about you is based on their definition of what they think they should be and what you should be. Live life to the absolute fullest. Crazy, if that's what others call it. It doesn't matter. Irresponsible, meaning irresponsible to other people. Responsible to self, but irresponsible irregardless of other people. Live it to the fullest or leave. And he asked me to point this out today because he left. He knew he wasn't living it to his fullest, and he didn't feel physically or financially that he could. So he left and was happy that he did, happy that he didn't drag it out for another, 5, 10, 20 years. Live your life to its absolute fullest or leave. That's a tough one because most people are going to say, well, I'll try. I'll just try and I'll keep going. As Pete observed right away, that's pathetic. It's pathetic when you keep going in the same old ways, even when you know better. It's pathetic when you're afraid to live fully. It's pathetic when you live small, when you live little. Live it full or leave, exactly as he did, or leave. Because ultimately, you're only frustrating yourself. Ultimately, you're basically, in a way, really judging yourself when you're living falsely, when you're living small. And that's where the scared and sacred comes in. What you're doing is sacred. It really is. But it's scary. And that's the thing maybe you weren't expecting when you got into all of this. It's scary because your body feels different at times. You wonder what's happening to it. And for Shambhala in particular, about 99% of what's happening to your body are adjustments into a higher state of consciousness. Not that you're sick, or you'll get sick, but it's a type of releasing and cleansing. And I know it feels awful. You feel like sometimes you're going to die. You get going in your mind, what's wrong with me? What have I done wrong? Nothing. It's an adjustment. And if you do depart, your body gives out on you. The only thing that's going to happen is you're going to die. And you're going to die anyway. So let's laugh about that. A tough group. When you can laugh about death, really your problems are over with. But it's scary because even beyond the physical death, it's scarier what's going on up here. The body is actually easier to deal with than what's going on up here. And things start changing and they get weird and it's disorienting and it's frightening and you're wondering if you're doing the right thing you feel like you're actually getting paranoid. You're really not, but you feel like you are, and you feel like all your thoughts are crazy. None of the organization in the mind, the controls, none of the old tricks work anymore. And then it feels desperate. It feels very desperate. What are you going to do? Of course, what you try to do is to go back, to go backwards, go back to what you were doing before. And you know it doesn't work. You know it doesn't work. Then you feel like you're in this dark abyss, a void with nothing. And you are. That's a tough spot to be in. It's a really difficult spot, but that's when you get to know yourself the best. Not yourself as in your human persona, but that's when you get to know the I am. That's when you discover, like Pete did, I exist. Even in this nothingness, I exist. That's it. So, dear Shambhala, are you better off? It's a stupid question. It doesn't really matter. And there's no way you can really compare it. You can try. And I do like the answers. We're getting so much better, Shambhala. It doesn't really matter. And compared to what level? Well, on a human level, many of you would say probably not. You may own less. You may have, you don't have a job anymore, a relationship, regular sex, good food, or anything else may not. But But, but I know you did not come here aspiring for those things. As a matter of fact, the real answer is, Edith, almost rejecting those things, almost pushing them away. And look what happened. They went away. I know you came here for this embodied enlightenment, ascension, whatever you want to call it. And in a way, sorry. Sandra, would you get her some coffee? A foot massage and 2 electrical wires. You came here for embodied enlightenment in what I would call, depending how you looked at it, either an act of desperation, saying, if this doesn't work, well, if this doesn't work, yes, I'm out of here. If it's not this lifetime, there is nothing. There is nothing. So it's all or nothing. You put all of the chips on the table. Everything. Double or nothing. Saying this is it. And a bit crazy, but that's the way you are. Now, the real truth is you already know. You already know. But now you're going for the experience of it. You do know the answers. Now it's the experience. You came into this lifetime saying, this has to be it. And like I said, it can be considered a bit desperate or very bold and courageous, very amazing, breaking out of so many things, the mind, the past, mass consciousness, and still enduring, still sitting here, still existing. Amazing. Let's take a good deep breath with that in our Discovery series. From my perspective and the others of the Crimson Council, it's not so much a matter, are you better off? It's a matter of what's happened with your consciousness, which we can see as your light, which we can see as the expanded nature of your being, as we can see by literally the journeys that you take in your dream state. Are you different than you were 14 years ago? Immensely, immensely. I would like to do a dream walk, if you would write this in for yourself in your brain. Do a dream walk, and we'll do it together, or we'll may do it live or recording. I have to check with Linda and Jeffrey. But a dream walk into 14 years ago. We'll try to go back, and you're going to see what it's like to try to go back. And I think you'll see through this dream walk that it's not what you thought it was, and it would be like trying to stuff yourself back in your mother's womb. It's just difficult to do. It's just difficult to go back. And while the mind remembers certain lovely things about the past, as well as certain terrible things, the fact is, if you try to bring your consciousness back there, you really can't do it. So we'll give it a try with a dream walk.